watching Living Local. I am so excited today because we are at the historic Myrtle Beach Colored School Museum, and I'm here with Cookie and Will. Hi, guys.
Good morning.
So you guys are going to give us a tour today, right?
Yes.
I'm so excited. How long has this school been here?
The original building opened in 1930s, the early 1930s, and closed in 1953.
Wow.
And so this is a replica right here in Myrtle Beach.
That's so
and
crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So this building opened as a museum in 2006. And so in this picture behind me, you can see there were 8 former students who served on the committee. And so they were on hand for the ribbon cutting ceremony. And so they played a major role in establishing this as a museum. And so that was their, lifelong dream to see this museum come to reality.
Right over here behind you, that is a picture of their actual school. Yeah, that is the original building. Wow. And it was housed just kind of diagonally. It was over across the street over on Joe White. And there's a historical marker that is placed there. But when they approached City Council, and all those involved, the building itself, it was kind of had deteriorated. There was lots of asbestos, and so it couldn't be saved. So they wanted their history told. My mother, Mary Canty, served as chairperson of the committee. And they just stayed at it, and here we are, able to, come and witness a piece of history. Like you said, it happened right here in Myrtle Beach.
The school itself served up until 8th grade. And then another thing that many people don't realize, which is surprising and kind of hard to learn, is that there was not a high school in Myrtle Beach for African Americans. And so the closest high school was in Conway, Whittemore High School. And so that was a big barrier to the education of many African Americans. They weren't able to drive, and so that was a big barrier to education, which is why many of them weren't able to get a high school education.
Prior to that, African American children, students, they didn't have buildings, period. So they were taught in our churches.
Oh, wow.
And in Myrtle Beach, we had Mount Olive AME Church, and that was the first school. And then Sandy Grove was built. So the 2 churches served as educational institutions as well.
And then it wasn't until 1965 that Myrtle Beach High School integrated 4 students, one of which being Miss Cookie's sister, integrated Myrtle Beach High School from
Was that
Carver
difficult
training.
for her?
From what I understand, yes. Students warmed up. Not all of them were non-receptive, but it was quite a transition.
Yeah,
quite a
it's
transition.
nice to hear that there were students that were still supportive.
That's right,
That's
absolutely.
This table right here is actually a door from the original school. And so,
Cool.
yeah, and so that was one thing that was able to be salvaged. We have a lot of really, really cool artifacts, and what I love most is that it's all been donated by community members, and so it very much is a reflection of the local community. In this cabinet, we have some school day artifacts, and so you can see on the very left-hand side is an original report card from the school. And then on the right is actually a handbook from Mr. Burridge. He was the school's 2nd principal, and that's from, yes ma'am, a 1953 conference that he went to.
Preparing principals for bigger schools, isn't that something?
We had a visitor a few weeks ago actually, and they had been to Myrtle Beach throughout the years. This was their first time visiting the museum, and they were just unaware that there was African American history in Myrtle Beach. They didn't see it well represented, and so coming here they were just amazed. They were glad to see that this history was being documented and reflected on the walls of our museum.
Now, if people do want to come here, is it free? Do they call ahead? Do they just show up? How do they go about that?
So we do operate on free admission, and so we request a donation if you feel led to, but we're open throughout the week, Monday through Friday, and so they can call the museum at 843-918-4900, or they can email me at wwilliams@cityofmyrtlebeach.com to schedule an appointment.